It's called Positive Change, and we first introduced you to the prison program last year. Our cameras went inside California City Correctional Facility to see an intensive rehabilitation program matching death row dogs with inmates. Although it was meant to help unwanted dogs become adoptable, it turns out it's helping the prisoners just as much, giving convicts a new outlook on life when they get out.
Casey Montoya introduces us to a man who says positive change changed his life, and now he is paying it forward.
Jump, good boy. Jump, good boy.
30-year-old Daniel Robinson runs a dog training and rehabilitation business in Los Angeles.
Jump, good boy, Louie.
But life could have turned out much differently for the San Fernando Valley native who was arrested 2 weeks before his 18th birthday in 2006 for a series of violent crimes, including kidnapping and assault with a deadly weapon.
I'm facing life in prison, right? 4 back-to-back life sentences without the possibility of parole plus 160 years.
Robinson took a plea bargain and was sentenced to 14 years and 4 months with 1 strike. During his incarceration, he earned his GED, 4 associate's degrees, and found his way into the Positive Change prison program, created in 2016 by the founder of Marley's Mutt's Dog Rescue, Zach Scow.
What better way to do my time than with dogs?
The program matches death row dogs with inmates to turn the unadoptable into well-behaved pets.
I spent over a third of my life incarcerated, and so just being able to communicate with normal people from the streets, especially women, it was just a little intimidating at first.
Robinson says he often viewed himself as a throwaway human, doubting his worth. He says that state of mind made him understand these dogs, who had also been forgotten.
Good boy, Sid.
After serving 11 years, he was released early. Once he got out, he continued working with dogs, eventually starting his own company, Doggy Jitsu, in November of 2018.
Jump, good boy.
Being part of Positive Change has opened many doors.
That takes you to a calm state, then you start from there.
Robinson was given the chance to learn from the dog whisperer himself, Cesar Milan, who invited graduates of the program to his dog psychology center in Santa Clarita.
For our guys that are getting out of prison, that interaction between clients, that's the most critical and interaction that needs nourishment and needs practice.
It's just instinct at this point.
Robinson says starting his own business wasn't easy. He didn't have much knowledge of computers, and the iPhone didn't exist when he went to jail. But he did it and is now free and thriving.
I'm now in a position to help people create peace in their home environment.
What I've always seen with this program is its ability to harness potential, and what these guys have never been viewed at as a source of potential, and they haven't really been believed in for very long. So it's our goal to believe in them and to facilitate true change in their lives and help them grab a hold of their destiny and plug into their purpose.
The founders of Positive Change hope to get the program in as many institutions as possible, and they've even been to Washington, D.C. to lobby politicians. Tomorrow night, more success stories. Meet a man who says without the program, he would have ended up back in jail, and another who went from being on America's Most Wanted list to having a thriving dog training business in Orange County. I'm Casey Montoya. Back to you.
The Positive Change prison program is operating in 4 California correctional facilities. The intensive rehabilitation program matches death row dogs with inmates. It gives unadoptable dogs and their prisoner trainers a second chance. And although it was meant to help shelter dogs, it's been changing human lives as well.
Casey Montoya introduces us to a man who is using the new skills he learned behind bars to prevent kids from going down the wrong path.
Oh, come on, come on.
This was Jason Morey in February of 2018, behind bars at California City Correctional Facility, his 13th year in prison.
I'm here for voluntary manslaughter.
The California native was arrested on his 26th birthday in 2005 after being featured on America's Most Wanted. He ended up in one of 4 prisons in the state where convicts can participate in the Positive Change prison program. The progressive and intensive rehabilitation program pairs prisoners with dogs deemed unadoptable. Zach Scow, founder of Marley's Mutt's Dog Rescue, launched the Passion Project in 2016. His goal?
provide skills to inmates so they don't end up back in jail, and save unwanted shelter dogs who would likely be euthanized because of behavioral issues.
We worked with them, and in that process, we rehabilitate ourselves a lot of the time.
Maury's life was forever changed by the program. When he got out in 2018, he turned the bond he formed with man's best friend into a business, Canine Breakthrough.
I understand what it's like to not trust. I understand what it's like to not have respect for anything. I understand what it's like to not feel loved. So being able to give those three things is pretty amazing.
Maury says his business is doing so well, he's been turning work away. The 40-year-old is also seeing success in his personal life. He tied the knot over the summer, marrying his longtime girlfriend. He's not the only success story. 28-year-old Troy McDaniel served 7 years for assault. He's been out for a year and a half and says without positive change, freedom for him would have been short-lived.
You don't really hear too many success stories, people getting out of prison and becoming millionaires, and no, it doesn't happen. I'm in Oakland. Knowing the environment that I'm in, it's only a matter of time before, it ends up being back in prison or dead.
Instead, he's training with the dog whisperer, Cesar Millan, and using the skills he learned to start a business. He launched Pack Runner in Oakland this year, not only for himself, but to try to make changes in his community.
We're trying to just get people excited about, this dog training, and just hopefully let it be, the new thing, to kind of get kids, involved in the pet industry instead of drugs and gang violence and stuff that lead them down the wrong path.
When they actually are on the outside and they're making progress towards their destiny, towards their potential, it feels amazing. It's full circle. And this is just the beginning for a lot of these guys. This isn't the end of this story. This is the very beginning.
Pawsitive Change has partnered with California juvenile facilities and has dogs living alongside incarcerated girls in a first-of-its-kind rehabilitation program. The founders hope to get Pawsitive Change in every prison across the country. To learn more about that program or make a donation, and if you want to contact Troy or Jason, we'll get a link to their websites on KTLA.com. I'm Casey Montoya. Back to you.